Now the question is, there is a capacitor of capacitance C naught and it is charged with a voltage V naught and then isolated. A capacitor C is then charged from C naught, discharged and charged again. The process is repeated n times. Due to this, potential of C naught is decreased to V. Then we need to find the value of C. So what is being done? We have a capacitor of capacitance C naught connected to a battery having potential difference V naught. So when it is connected with battery, then the charge, maximum charge stored on the capacitor is Q naught is equal to C naught V naught. This is the maximum amount of charge stored on the capacitor. Now this capacitor is removed from battery and connected with another capacitor of capacitance C. So the C naught having initial charge Q naught is connected with another capacitor of capacitance C. So there will be a distribution of charge among these two capacitors, and let us assume that the charge stored on the capacitor is Q1. The flow of charge takes place as long as their potential do not become equal. So this Q naught charge is distributed on the capacitor having charge Q1. So now we can write here the amount of Q1. Let after charging Q1 is equal to C naught into V1, where V1 is the potential difference across the capacitor after connecting with C. Now we can write, when this charge is distributed among these two, we can write Q naught is equal to C naught V1 plus C V1, or here from we can write V1 to be equal to Q naught by C naught plus C. So here from we have Q1 to be equal to C naught into V1 by C naught plus C. This is the charge left on this capacitor after charging with C. Now in the next situation, the C is discharged and again connected to C naught. Now its initial charge is Q1, it is C naught and the other one is C, and after connection, let the amount of charge on the capacitors are Q2. Now, as Q2 is the charge, Q2 is equal to C naught V2. V2 is the potential after second connection. And Q1 is equal to C naught V2 plus C V2, or V2 is equal to Q1 upon C naught plus C. And now if we put the value of C1, then we have this to be equal to C naught V1 by C naught plus C into 1 by C naught plus C, or C naught V1 by C naught plus C square. Now, if we notice here, V1 is dependent upon this initial V naught, and this V naught, in terms of V naught, it can be written as C naught square V naught by C naught plus C square. So if we proceed in this way, after n times, it can be written as Vn is equal to C naught to the power n Vn by C naught plus C to the power n. Now, if we rearrange it, it can be written as C naught plus C by C naught to the power n is equal to V naught by Vn, or C naught plus C by C naught is equal to V naught by Vn to the power 1 by n, or it is 1 plus C by C naught is equal to V naught by Vn to the power 1 by n. And herefrom we can conclude the capacitance C to be equal to C naught into V naught by Vn to the power 1 by n minus 1. This is the capacitance of the connected capacitor, where Vn is the potential of the capacitor after n times charging and discharging.